Oh, you started, huh?
Oh, we're live. Try to figure out where this cable goes. Oh my gosh. Like that. More. Some more there.
You put it on YouTube too, huh?
It's on YouTube and Twitter. How it goes, folks.
What's it on?
All right, folks. Welcome to episode 17.1. There will be no bump music because battle in tech this morning, as you can see in this shot. Check it out. We got the cameras. I'm using the exact same setup I have. That's me right there. The Mokos cameras actually look better than the Black Magic, but apparently the Black Magic has more data that you can color later. That's the Black Magic. Looks great to me. And then that's the Dutch cam. Dutch Chattahooch and Tom Seaver.
I have my own cam sponsored and everything.
Dude, look at that.
Sponsored by, not really, but it should be sponsored by Monster.
Just go like that. I don't know if you can see in the camera like the injury on my wrist. That's 7-Eleven coffee right there, dude.
Like I grabbed your
third-degree burns.
I grabbed your cup earlier. I was like, this shit's fucking hot. Like,
oh my gosh.
Just holding it is hot. Like, that's like fire water you're drinking right now.
And it's hard to tell when our sound is dropping. That's like a battle that I've been fighting. But I guess we'll do like we do with our other podcasts when we do like a little roadmap. Yeah. Do a little roadmap catch up, and then we'll kind of like maybe take a pause after 15 minutes and then go back to 17.2. See how the sound is. What do you think of that?
Absolutely works for me.
All right. Here's my roadmap in no particular order because you know how I'm going to just go off on some rabbit trail. Is longest home run projects coming together. And I just want to like send a big number of thank yous out to everybody for helping get that together because we're like this close, folks. To
inches away, if not millimeters.
We're like 5 weeks away from some dude setting a world record is what's happening. I don't know who it'll be, but we got some studs coming, so that's fun. River Monsters has been crazy fun. Huge, like, tech battle, as you can see we're, like, living this morning. I want to talk about Dutch Chattahoochee's. As far as I know, I'll just give my side of the story on what happened in Nebraska because that was, like, I was hearing it third hand because I couldn't get in touch with your lawyer.
It was... Yeah, there's probably like at least 5 different viewpoints, but
so
only I know the true story.
You can tell the true story, but I'll tell you what I heard from your publicist. Okay.
Are we supposed to put this out here? Because I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to say private.
Well, I don't know. Have you Lenny Delk, Leonard? You know how he just like call me Leonard, and I always call him Lenny. It just pisses him off.
Well, that's I call him Leonard because I don't want to deal with him. So
because he's not my publicist, I don't care if I piss him off. So Lenny Delk, Dutch Chattahoochee's publicist, was the only guy I could get a hold of when you went dark in Nebraska. And I'll talk a little bit about that. The other thing I want to update is
that's why I was like,
Mr. Nakatomi went off the deep end for about 6 weeks because we weren't cutting episodes. And I didn't see him for like 3 weeks. I didn't play golf with him. We texted. He liquidated like a major corporation that he has in South Korea called Sands Corp. He fired like 5,000 people. He says it's economic downturn, but when I called him, like I finally got him on the phone, I can only understand half of what he says, and his translator was just trying to calm him down. Just sounded like he's just throwing stuff all over his office.
Well, I left him like 20 voicemails, and he hasn't called me back at all. Well, not even once. Not even just check in.
But he is going to be at the longest home run. He's going to be at the longest home run project.
He also got us a pretty sweet hotel and a ride over there, a rental car. I like it. It's very comfortable.
He is pitching in some. The one thing I'll say about Nakatomi is he always doubles up business because you know how when you play golf with him, it's like you, him, and then like 2 dudes that he's like trying to hustle into some contract or whatever. It's always a business. It's always like a business golf.
Last time that one guy was really weird, Hayabusa, or however you say his last name, Hayabusa, I think. He was weird.
Like a lot of it's business on the golf course for him. But the only reason he's going to Denver is because he's trying to like acquire some platinum mine or something. That's all I know.
Yeah.
He won't tell me much, but
He showed me a picture, kind of, but I couldn't really make it out because it's kind of blurry.
all right.
But he did it on purpose. He's like, it's blurry on purpose because you got to kind of let your mind wander to what you think this might be.
It's crazy. All right, so let me just get out of the way the longest home run project. Just to fully spill the beans.
People probably wonder why I have sunglasses on inside. Well, Four Loko came out with a new flavor, white cherry. It's like Four Loko USA. So I had that last night. So, you know.
You got to blow it out. Also, I thought I might talk about Barry Bonds today because you're wearing a Pittsburgh hat and I'm wearing a Giants hat. So it's like Pittsburgh to Giants. Might as well talk about one of the greatest hitters of all time. I don't care if he juiced. I came to a different conclusion on it.
What's that?
Well, it's like, you like talking about Kung Fu masters and they like achieve this sort of like nirvana state of greatness, you know? Like they can just, like, you ever see the old Kung Fu movies where like the dude can just jump up and levitate and then like kick you in the face?
Yes.
And it's like, well, that's cheating, dude. Like he just attained that level. And I'm just saying Barry Bonds achieved like hitting nirvana. Nobody's ever mentally been to that state in whether you like, because I was like, people were like, oh, I use juice. It's like, maybe he did. He probably did. But I guarantee a lot of you dudes were using juice and they weren't even close. Like, you use juice your entire life, never get that good.
I do know in high school a lot of people wore Giants hats because of that guy.
I don't know. But he achieved baseball nirvana. Whether he cheated or not, it was the greatest anybody will ever.
Heads don't grow that big.
Be in control of a baseball bat in a batter's box, probably ever. So that stands for something. Guys like Ted Williams and Tony Gwynn, like these dudes are awesome, but like it was just insane. So anyway, I back up. But
in his defense, people would say, well, you may be juiced, but you still got to know how to hit, right?
Here's what it is.
Like it's like saying I have a turbo booster in my car, but if it doesn't run, what's the point? Right. Like I'm juiced up, but if I can't hit, what does it matter?
Longest home run project. Finally, just cat out of the bag. We're like 5 weeks away. And here's how it is. And I would say this project is so ambitious. It's not really something that you would do for guys like us whose brand isn't like mature. Like we're light years. That's like something we would normally like produce like 3 years down the road when we're making pro stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a dream I've held for a crazy long time. Ever since I was like in JUCO, I was like, so wouldn't it be sweet to get a scholarship to Wyoming because it's like 4,000 feet. You could just like jack dingers. You know,
you would have been Barry Bonds.
Yeah, there was like this allure. It was like, oh my gosh, I want to hit at elevation. But so like whatever, they discontinued that. And then there was always like crazy rumors about the Denver Zephyrs. You know, it's like playing a mile high. These are just jacking huge homers. And then Joey Meyer, the longest verified was 582 feet at my old mile high, the old mile high where the John Elway Broncos and shit like that played. So
they still play there?
Well, they tore it down and basically built a brand new mile high in its place.
Oh, a new. Okay, I was gonna say I could have sworn.
I mean, they still call it mile high. It's got some corporate name, but it's like I think it's in the exact same location, which is kind of unusual because usually they'll like build it in the parking lot and then tear the other one down. I think it's like exact same footprint. I could be wrong. Anyway, the Denver Zephyrs were jacking homers. Joey Meyer, legendary Hawaiian, with guys like Sid Fernandez. There's just so many. There's a lot of good baseball in Hawaii. So shout out to Hawaiian baseball.
Was not aware of that. I knew Victorino, the guy from the Phillies.
Yeah, Victorino's a Hawaiian.
But that was the only one I was ever aware of.
Oh, man, there's been a ton. I forget the guy played for the Mets. But I'd have to go through the list because it's long. There's just really good baseball out there.
I got to imagine there's probably not a whole lot to do out there. That's probably why they play all the sports because they need something to do.
They're so
right,
good.
You think?
So Joey Meyer, legend, he's playing for the Zephyrs. He's like a Brewers prospect. He did make it to the show. But when he was there, he hit one that like the announcers were like, bro, you got to measure that. That's insane. Like it went past Like the second deck wasn't like an overhang; it was like way back.
Yeah.
And he hit it like into the second deck. They're like, somebody's got to measure that 582 feet. So the idea that elevation, obviously, and we know this from watching the Colorado Rockies, elevation is a huge factor in ball distance. So I was like, well, why, you're trying to break the land speed record, you go to the Bonneville Salt Flats. That's just where you do it. It's the best conditions to try to break the land speed record. There's nothing in the way. It's super flat, So I was like, why has nobody applied that to how far can we hit a baseball on planet Earth? That's it. That's the simplest idea ever. Let's go crazy up high in the mountains, find a field, and just get some dudes that can jack and just crush. How far does that go? So I went out to Denver in February, met with the city of Victor. And I want to give a special thanks to Kim Laudig, who works for the city of Victor. I told her about my idea, and she was like, that sounds kind of awesome, dude. I think we're about it. And because she was enthusiastic about it, I wasn't sure if I was going to go to Denver. I was like, if I can talk to the city and talk them into it, we'll do it, Yeah. So I went up, I was at the board meeting. I said, this is the idea. Simple as this. Just like set a record for like farthest baseball hit on earth. They were pumped. It's a really cool town, really cool mining town, super nice people. The board was receptive. Everybody was nice. Everybody wants Guinness, right? They're like, I want the world record. So you got to deal with Guinness. But the city has a field called the Gold Bowl, which is super cool. They have the Colorado Vintage Baseball Association play like old timey baseball up there.
I've seen videos of that. I want to play.
It's awesome.
They stay true to the art of it. They're like no gloves.
Yeah, it's like like a golf glove or something.
Because originally baseball gloves were like what you would think of a winter glove or something. It was just like literally a glove before it turned into like a mitt. But there's people that play it. It's fucking great. They have the same lingo, the language, everything is like it was back in the 1800s.
Yeah.
I want to play so bad.
I should probably just lose my mic stand. I don't really know. It's the only way I get good sound.
Well, you're always carrying it, whether it be on the fucking stand or in your hand, but it's always in your hand. My lazy ass just sits it on table stands.
It's 3BGB. We don't have to be professional, Earl.
We're professionals, but we're not professionals.
So, that was step one on the dominoes. I just needed one other person to believe in my crazy idea. So then I was like, well, I got to find sponsors, and then I got to, find athletes. So the first step was dude, we'll get, there's these dudes that just crush softballs. They're former first round draft pick type dudes. They look like Schwarzenegger, they're just bodybuilders. And they're sponsored by Wilson softball, and they go around to Major League Parks and just hit them way far. And so I was trying to find some of these huge dudes. And nothing against Rawlings. If Rawlings still wants to be a sponsor, we're more than happy to have you. But I couldn't get any contact. I reached this way and that for marketing department, and is just radio silence. So I'm like, all right. The next dude, and I went dead for a little bit, and I reached out to Will Taylor at the Baseball Bat Bros. And Will Taylor, this is for you, dude. Thank you. Because this doesn't happen without Will Taylor and the Baseball Bat Bros.
Absolutely. They seem like really cool dudes. I watch their videos all the time.
And the crazy part is,
they seem stoked about everything.
His little brother, JT Taylor, plays for the River
Yeah,
Roos.
we met him. Well, I met him for the first time the other night. You met him already.
Yeah.
But...
Well, that was the first time I met him.
Oh, for real? Okay, so we met him together.
Shout out to the Taylor family. Taylor is just super nice,
he was
awesome dudes.
He was smiling and happy. He's like, oh, hey.
And I wasn't sure if I was going to hear back. I just kind of shot the email, because they do have an email that you can for inquiry, business inquiries. I was like, I got this city on board. I'm getting Guinness lined up. It's kind of a crazy idea, but I need athletes, dude. I need hitters. I can't do it. I'm old and frail. Look at my guns.
I can't do it anymore.
Is that in the shot? I can't even get that. That's going about 220 if I get all of it.
Dutch has been out of the game for too long, so I can't do it anymore.
I don't know if I could hit a little league dinger at this stage in my life, but
I think so. Maybe.
So Will Taylor, man, angel from heaven. He goes, he goes, I talked to my family about it, and I started thinking. I was like, dude, this is crazy cool. I think I got to do it. And then he has gone off and done so much coordination on his end to help make this project happen that it's beyond, above and beyond the call of duty, frankly, for Will Taylor and the Baseball Brat Bros. So,
well, projects are never a one-man thing anyway.
it does. It really takes
Yeah,
it takes a
it's a
village.
crew.
It takes a lot of people believing in the idea. And so, like, I'm trying to, like, I don't want to, like, use these guys' name, but I'm pretty sure it's, like, a lock. These dudes are coming. So he's talked to, because he does stuff with Eric Sim and King of JUCO.
Oh yeah, they're always teaming up.
Everybody loves Eric Sim. Dude's just got gravitas and charisma and can just jack dingers. So you're getting these just awesome hitters. And he's got Burris, this
And
awesome.
he was I'm not sure what college he went to, but he was a D1 athlete in baseball, so he was a stud.
Oh no, they're all studs.
Yeah, they
And
still
then-
can hit.
Let me get the full roster because I'm still trying to like. I've been talking to like Slam and Sammy Diaz and Tapia and King and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and I try to get Flores, who went off in the conference tournament for Conference USA. You know what I'm talking?
What's his name?
Well, there's Ian Bailey, but he played for UIW, and I don't know why. Let me find my email, but
I was gonna say because I'm aware of Ian Bailey. Talking about the guy from UTSA.
no, Flores ended up with like.
No, I'm talking about Bailey. Talking
Yeah,
about UTSA, right?
yeah,
That Bailey.
yeah. Bailey. They're all
Yeah.
UTSA guys.
Yeah.
Ryan Flores. I don't know if you
Ryan
remember Ryan
Flores,
Flores. Flo. He was like he batted like 700 with like 4 bombs in the conference tournament. He was unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Flores I watched for the Chanclas, and I watched him at UIW, and he was always awesome. So I asked those guys, but like some of these dudes are seniors, they could get drafted. Like King, honestly, King should sign. I invited Malone just because freaking
Because he's Malone?
Mayday Malone is Mayday Malone. Dude's a legend. So Luke Malone, I was like, dude, just get Luke out there. But these guys are probably going pro. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
you pass on a leadoff man like Tapia, who actually has tons of pop and all kinds of baseball knowledge, is a complete Swiss Army knife in the field. And then you got King, tons of power, total athlete. Slam and Sammy Diaz, I think I'm going to get because he's like a junior. So he might not get, like, I don't know. Like, he gets draft eligible, but I'll get Slam and Sammy, and then I'll get Ryan Flores and Ian Bailey.
Get
But
a whole crew of hitters.
these dudes could be signing. But I also think, like, we go hard on Twitter and see if we can get, like, there's other D1 guys out there. It's like, dude, you want to set a world record? Let's get some NIL contracts and get these dudes out here.
It'll help get their name out there too.
But that's what it is. It's just the Bonneville Salt Flat idea applied to baseball. And
Which is crazy that no one's ever tried that. So
well, like I said, like for like the 17,000th, buddy baseball podcast, people were like, who are these dudes? Like, dude, we're exactly who we are. We're nobody, but we got big dreams. And that's not going to stop us from doing big things and having a good time doing it. So,
I mean, you have networking and technology at your disposal. Might as well use it.
and the other
You know what I mean?
dudes that are really helping this are the man, Mikey G and Scotty B
Yes.
at the Seguin River Monsters. And we got
kind of
some-
like do your thing, and
Well, he's helping build like a website.
I know he built that. Mike G built that cool like interface that he has, where it has all the stadium sounds all in one page.
He's got a soundboard, but like they
That's,
helped
like, so
build
cool.
like the longest. I forget what it is. It's like let me find the webpage. But it's like longest baseball hit on earth.com. I should do it. I was like, I can't remember anything. Let me find Mikey G's website that he built me. But
We have 3 people watching this live stream, so what up?
what's up to the 3 people? I don't know.
I'm one of them, but that's not the point.
That's
So we have
okay.
2 people.
Well, I'm the
So
other
2
one
people
then.
is
So there's
solid.
maybe one person out there.
It might be. I think it's my wife because I sent her a text. So
That's cool.
If it
Longest
is-
baseball hit on earth.com. Longest baseball hit on earth. And we got a promo video that we're going to put up.
if my wife is listening to this while she's playing WoW, like what up? Love you.
Miss
You know?
Raymond, let us know on the audio. That's always my problem is audio.
Audio.
I can see the video.
Yeah.
There's just no way to know on the audio.
I mean, the only way I could find out is if I fucking turn up my volume on my laptop. But
So it's like August 6th I think we're getting like 2 like Guinness adjudicators out there. August 7th is like a backup day. So like
let me put this on Facebook real quick. But we'll talk. Keep talking.
that's all good. So it's like I don't know if like weather gets jacked up or something. We could try again on the 7th. Big part of it is going to be like getting cameras set up like day before, and I don't really know if like talking to the city. They're like internet isn't the best up here, so I don't know about live streaming or how that's going to work. But I know that Will Taylor and Sim will have dope YouTube videos they'll make. They'll probably
absolutely. They got a whole production crew.
like I don't even know if we'll be in those videos or we're just like milling around and people are like, who are those dudes? Because for me, this is a passion project.
I just want to see balls hit. I could care less about being in the videos.
Like it's a passion project just to like I don't think Sir Edmund Hillary was like, I'm going to climb Mount Everest because I want to be famous for climbing Mount Everest. It's just like it's in his mind. It's just like I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know. That's what I told the city. I was like, you know, when they asked him, why did you climb Everest? He's like, because it was there. That's how I feel about this. Is like, why is nobody trying to see what's possible at elevation? I don't know. But anyway, that's the project. And if you want to support it, retweet it, let people know August 6th, 2022, Victor, Colorado. We're going to try to do something crazy. And just big thanks to the city of Victor, Will Taylor. I mean, unreal support. So that's that one. Seguin River Monsters. That's the other. I'm very well on record that UTSA Roadrunners absolutely got hosed in the NCAA, but Ole Miss won it all. And I don't have to rehash because I shared my Ole Miss recruiting story on one of the broadcasts. I talk about anything on the broadcast now. Did you hear me talk about the Eiffel Tower getting sold 3 times?
Oh, I did not.
That's the kind of stuff I talk about.
So when I'm not there because of my other things I have going on, is it just you commentating?
No, I was like, I'll just grab somebody and throw them on the mic. Sometimes it's Scotty B, Mike Perrin.
Because I heard
Mikey P is pretty good. He's good, and then there was Hayes Wilson. Hayes Wilson, his dad's the head coach at TLU softball.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That big kid. You see that big kid, big blonde kid?
The guy from Bad Santa.
Yeah, I mean, his dad is like TLU softball won the national championship a few years ago. I mean, like that's no joke. The women's softball is, I mean, it's a similar sport, but it really is a different sport, and it's kind of awesome.
I like watching softball. At work, a lot of times, if I'm like the only one in the break room, I'll turn on softball if it's on. Right. I think it's cool.
It's the same as going to a baseball game. Like I love going check out a softball game.
Just like with WNBA, people's like, "Oh, WNBA is trash." I'm like, no, it's not. It's the same thing as NBA. It's basketball.
All right. So
I think some people that say that are just like, "Oh, it's women." It's like, "Oh, it's a lot. It's really good if you fucking sit down and watch it."
All right, that's what it is. Should we break here and then come back for episode 17.2 and see what our sounds like, and then I'll talk about what happened as I heard it up in Nebraska.
Yeah, well, let's do that because that's gonna involve quite some time taking up telling that story.
Nakatomi. Because, that's a wild story that involved mixed martial arts, boxing promoters,
Nakatomi, though, is always getting involved in something.
An
like
extradition.
He cannot just, like, relax and just go about his business like a normal businessman. He's got to put his hand in every little
I also want to say thanks to my sister. My sister checks out the broadcast.
What up?
Sis Laura, love you.
Turnstile sister. I forgot her name.
It's all about family. All right, but
she lives in Quebec, right? Montreal.
She lives in Edmonton.
I guess Montreal is in
Great
Quebec.
city.
Right.
I think we're doing a live show in Montreal in about a month.
Oh.
That's what our booking agent said.
I know.
So
that's why when I saw, I was like, "Who?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot."
Can have these people? The more people, the better.
Because our second home of Canada up there.
It feels good to have you back in the studio, bud. I realize it's a total mess, but like River Monster season is just.
I know. I wish I could make it more often, but when I got other business ventures, unfortunately.
You're working, dude. You're working hard, bud.
People's like, "What are you doing in Nebraska?" Well, that's a secret.
Well, I'll tell you what I heard. All right, let's stop the stream here, and then we'll come back for 17.2. Thanks for checking out 3BG. We'll be right back after these messages.
Peace out. See, I got this thing now where I'm just like, peace out, because I don't know what to do with my hands. So this dude at work would always go to me, he goes, "What it is," right? So I'm like, well, fuck, I'm going to go, "What's up," too.